Okay. I don't have my agenda in front of me.
I don't either.
We're going to open with a prayer and a pledge of allegiance. Randy, would you like to share?
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Heavenly Father, we just thank you for the day and thank you for the opportunity to conduct the business of the town, Lord. We pray for wisdom and guidance, Lord. We pray for safety of our employees as they do about their daily work. We give you the praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Hey, Robert. You doesn't have an agenda for me, would you? Oh, there it is. Okay.
Oh, I gave him mine in front of him. Thank you.
I didn't see anything on that. Okay, there, I found mine too.
Right, we're back.
No, I got it up there. I'm good.
Welcome. Have you signed in the back there?
Oh, no, I'll do that.
Okay, has anybody had a chance to read the minutes of our meeting from October and 1st November?
Yeah, I did. I'll make a motion to approve.
All right.
I would second his motion.
It's been motioned and seconded to approve the minutes. All those in favor say aye. It's approved. Ronnie, we've got your report. I've read it. Obviously, you're here tonight, so.
Yeah, sorry, report was late. I forgot it was this week. Was not thinking about what day it was. So that's why I got sent today.
That's okay, no problem.
So we lost another member.
That's what I saw.
He's here tonight. This is Joe. We're probably gonna lose another one. So that's gonna put us down to 7 people.
Wow.
So we have some ideas if you wanna run by you, and we're also looking for advice.
Okay.
So we're gonna try hitting up the school, try to do a program at the high school, something that I've always put off because I didn't want a bunch of teenagers running around, but it is,
You have to be 18.
well, we can do a cadet program. They can be 16. So that is the future of the department though. So I think we're gonna try to hit that up. And then I know that Robert and I had talked that there was a little bit more money had been put into the budget. I know we don't have that budget yet, but it was put in as an amendment to be able to up the stipend a little bit. I would like to discuss, and I know we probably won't be able to do it this year because the budget's already done, but next year I would like to discuss with all of you about sitting down and coming up with an hourly pay. Instead of doing the stipend is killing people on their taxes every year. When they turn that in, they end up owing all kinds of money. There's nothing being taken out of it as far as taxes go. And I know a lot of people have complained about that. Not to mention, it doesn't happen very often, but if we get a scene where we're there for 4 or 5 hours at a time and they get $15, $50, or $20 or whatever it is, they're leaving their personal jobs and they're volunteering. I know it's a volunteer department, but that's something we've always done for them. I don't know if it would help, but it's definitely something I would like to look into. I know we can't do it this year because the budget's already set, maybe next year. But if we could up the stipend this year, that would be wonderful.
Ronnie, there's some kind of special language for a stipend for volunteer department as far as taxes and so forth go. I'm not really familiar with it, but the board members of the fire district, they are allowed a stipend, $50 a meeting, I think it is. And I was reading up a little bit on it, and there's some kind of special language for that, but whether it's tax-free or not, I don't know. But,
I know it gives them the opportunity, they can write all kinds of stuff off. Like they can write off their fuel back and forth or their mileage, either way, any clothes they buy, stuff like that. But it's just, I know with Amanda on my side, every year we end up paying in for her to come and do it. So it's just, I don't know, it's something that.
Hourly rate would probably change it from volunteer to employee status.
Right.
They'd have to be paid through payroll.
Right.
so forth, so.
So something, and this was all brought to my attention a while back, was I guess Paoli Fire was in this boat and they were paying stipends. And they are now incorporated because I guess for some reason, somebody came in, I don't know who it was. I had tried to get Mark to come up here one time so we could all discuss
He
it.
came one time, yeah.
So they got in some trouble because they were still paying stipend, but they were controlled by the town. So I guess the stipend thing is supposed to be more of an incorporated, they're your own entity kind of thing. And if you're controlled by the town, if they're paid, they should be paid as employees. I don't know all the details on it. I've asked Robert, we've looked into it several times. The State Board of Accounts has never told us we needed to do anything different, but it's something I would like to
Are
explore.
we
One way or
incorporated
the
fire
other.
department?
No,
Okay.
we're municipal.
Okay.
Yeah, so we are controlled by the
We
board.
were at one time.
I was thinking we were one time.
Yeah.
That's what I
It
thought.
was up until what, 2008, I think it was?
I was thinking we were one time.
We just contracted, we contracted every year for fire service.
We're gonna meet, in December, and we're going to be talking about our, evaluations and things like that. And maybe that'd be time when we can maybe consider
Okay.
the fire department and those kind of things.
Okay. We gotta do something. I mean, we bring people in brand new, we send them to get all their certs, and, I mean, these guys, they're all going to work full-time, making $60,000, $70,000, $80,000 a year.
Well,
They
you
don't
can't,
wanna,
you
they don't
can't
wanna
blame
come home.
somebody for that.
right, and then they don't wanna come home and
Yeah.
volunteer to do
Yeah.
the exact same thing they're getting paid to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
When they're off, they wanna be off.
Yeah.
I totally get that. It's just, it's a dying thing. I was on Facebook earlier, and I'm on multiple different things for the fire service.
Yeah.
It's a nationwide problem.
Yes.
Volunteer services are just, they're falling apart.
So,
So,
There was some kind of special legislation for volunteer firemen that the guy that used to be our representative in Salem, Davidson, he got it through there, and it changes the status of them, but it didn't help a lot of it, don't think.
well, the fire district they did down at French Lick in West Baden, they are now a paid fire department,
Correct.
correct? I don't know how many
Well,
they
not
have.
fully, not fully. They still got volunteers and.
yes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They've just got a few
What you
paid.
consider a combination
Yeah,
department.
yeah.
They have
Yeah.
a few paid, and then they still have volunteers too.
Yeah.
So the difference with that versus us, they're guaranteed 2 people to 3, 4 hours of staffing, but they're guaranteed 2 people to every run.
Yeah.
Where we stand now, we're not guaranteed anything.
Right.
So our citizens are suffering where we're at with our shape of our department right now. That's just not something that, we want to see. So again, we're kind of coming to you guys for suggestions, advice,
Yeah,
on some
I-
things that we might be able to try different that we haven't thought of, or you guys might be in support of.
Well, something we can think about and see, like I said, we'll discuss this at our evaluations. And I don't know what the answer is, but
I don't
Yeah.
either. Because I mean, even if we were to make a territory like French Lick did and go with the paid department, we're still gonna have recruiting and retention problems.
Yeah.
I mean, it's everywhere. It's not just here. So the fire service as a whole is just suffering right now, unless you're paying $80,000 a year. So,
yeah, anything else?
that's all I got.
All right, thanks.
Couple things, excuse my voice, I lost my voice this week, but Officer Riddle did graduate from the SRO school. He scored very high on his final exam, did very well. Appears like him being a school resource officer is going to be a very good fit for his personality and his stance and view on things. Just real quick touch on what the fire department's saying is we are also struggling. Our reserves keep getting ripped out of our hands by other departments,
Yeah.
which is the nature of the beast. Unfortunately, we bring them in, we train them up to our standard, which I think is a high standard in our department. And then other departments see him as, the guy's already got 6 or 7 months on the road, been trained to do a large majority of things.
Yeah.
Let's take him and make him a full-time officer here. So we're having a revolving door on reserves. I've been fortunate on our full-time officers right now that we're staying pretty steady, but our reserve force is being depleted, and we have 2 new guys we're bringing in now, reserves, that will be attending the pre-basic class, I think December 6th. So that'll get us back up to a good number in our reserves pool for now,
For a while.
for a while.
And speaking of Riddle, I think we need to have a motion to.
I think we discussed, if when he finished this SRO school and so forth, rather than in lieu of a raise, we would give him a $500 stipend, and if you all agree with that, I will make a motion as such.
I'm second.
In motion second, we pay the stipend that we talked about for Mr. Riddle whenever he
He's
finishes
complete,
SRO.
isn't he?
He is completed and he is certified school resource officer, yes.
So all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Anybody opposed?
Thank
Take
you.
care of that for us. Anything else for the marshal?
I don't.
Daniel, we've already talked about water systems today. Did you get the leak fixed?
Yep.
Good. Got anything else?
No, my guys love coming in and seeing me every day. I don't have a problem with retention. But it's mostly leadership based.
Scott's not here. I didn't get a report. I was going to say that the sewer system's okay this week. And,
They'll probably both quit tomorrow.
yeah, probably. In the town superintendent, where are we at with our fountain? We heard more on that?
I just talked to them this week and they're saying it's gonna be in the next year now with the weather. And
So we don't even have it.
no, it's still up there. They did get the controls in. I gave them April 10th as a deadline. And it's not in.
So they gonna store the fountain up there? Is it ready to go? I mean,
Yeah, as far as I know, the fountain is, the big deal was the electric controls in the pit. And they thought they were gonna come in and they just never came in.
but they are in now, or we don't know?
They do have them now.
They do have them now, okay, but there's no sense putting them in now, I assume. Anything else? John?
Some time back, we discussed the salt being stored at Doherty's. Is that going okay, or is it still causing problems, taking up or anything?
It's going okay. I mean, it's not, they could call me tomorrow and say, get it out of here. And we just kind of, it's kind of a handshake agreement that I think, maybe Mike made with them.
Well, we talked about building a shed right there in the corner, right across from my shop there
Yeah.
at one time.
Yeah, and I'm kind of looking into that, and then I haven't started anything formally, but I'm kind of thinking about looking into adding a concrete wall structure off of the north side of our garage to put the mixer for the brine. So, if anybody's been up through there, it's eating the corner of the building out right there. And it eats on anything we park close to it. I don't have so much trouble on this end of the building, but get it kind of in its own contained, we don't need anything real big. It's big enough to get in there.
Covered, does it? Needs to be covered, don't it?
Yeah, I mean, that'd be covered and some sort of heat for the intake, for the water intake. Just big enough I can dump. And well, the way it sets, I gotta come in that door and you can't hardly hit it because it's all the way against the wall and it's offset of the door. So you're actually hitting it at an angle. And it just, with it eating the building up and everything, it's causing some problems.
Is all the sidewalks done? I know she said we might be able to do a little bit more, but
Yeah, I've got a little bit more left.
Said a half a block here is what he said, he's still money for.
And I talked to Robert, I think what I'm gonna do with the sidewalk is the old part of the shop, we've got a concrete apron and asphalt. The new part, we don't have anything. And I think I'm just gonna do half of the concrete apron there. And then I'll have one day left to do next year.
all right. You guys got anything for Daniel?
What's that water wall figure up?
I don't
It was up quite a bit, I
know.
noticed.
30% maybe.
The thing about it is, we're not, the meter readings are not on the same day. That skews the thing up. Sometimes it's quite a bit. Of course, they might have 31 days and we got 29 or 30 or so forth.
Lisa's looking, I've got her looking into things, and some, there for a few months, we were really tight, and it's kind of,
Went the other way a little bit.
yeah.
Did you find out what that meter read that was feeding that pipe that was running up there on the side of Essex?
Yeah, it ended up being about 14,000. I think it was 3,000 gallons was the original reading, and from when it kicked on, it was about 13,000
I
gallons.
can't find anybody that knows anything about it.
I talked to the guys in there, and they didn't even know there was a water.
It's gonna freeze. I mean, if there's water there, it's gonna freeze this winter. And George and Tara was walking the trail, and they looked through the fence there, and there's a sill pump on the outside, and water running out of it.
Really?
Big, kind of pretty good sized pond there. And she said,
Because that was their original water coming in there.
So
And
we
I
get it
think
shut
they-
off.
Yeah, I think they had a 6-inch meter, if I remember, it was either 4 or 6. And back when Simon was here, they wanted to get away from that and put in basically a manifold. So if they rented out certain sections, they could divide the water up. And there's just one meter there, and it had a 3/4 line stubbed out with a plug on it that far, and it had a 1/2-inch line teed into it. Somebody stuck it out the door and kicked it on. So I don't know, I don't know if kids were messing around in there. I don't know how secure that building is, but
Can we cap that off so it doesn't happen again, or?
yeah, I mean, I shut the meter off. Anybody with their channel locks can turn
Turn
it
it back
on.
on there.
Yeah. But I mean, it's an active meter for them, so it's gonna get billed.
Okay, anything else? We've got one application for the planning administrator.
I haven't seen it.
Have you had any other inquiries about it?
Former employee,
Huh?
a former employee contacted me.
Table it, look like, get a chance to look over.
Sure. And maybe advertise it again too, or continue the advertisement. John Paul, property cleanup.
We had a hearing this week, Amy Mills, I don't know, has anybody went by and looked at that, but she indicated that she thought she had it cleaned up, and then I asked her about some stuff out on the porch. She said she was gonna take that into the house, so.
Know which property is that? The one there by the,
What's the address?
4th Street.
Behind the ballpark.
so have anybody been by it?
Yeah, I can't see no difference.
I don't see a difference either.
Yeah, okay.
I don't see a difference.
Okay, well, yeah, and we're gonna do like you suggested. Excuse me, is start finding them.
Okay.
So, excuse me, but at some point, I'll need somebody from the town to come testify. So I don't know who that individual's gonna be. Excuse me.
What's the rule that sets a standard for your yard? What's in your yard, what's not?
What do you mean?
Well, like the grass and like.
What's your yard?
No, what's in your yard? Like all that junk. It looks like junk to me. Probably not junk to them.
Community standard, right?
I don't understand the question. You're asking me what defines what's in your
What kind of
yard?
objective rule do we have that she's violating?
That's the judge's call. I mean, are you looking for a definition of junk?
Well, I'm looking for a definition of where
Unsightly.
they have to clean it up or not. It's like grass, I think our grass standards like 8 inches or something, 12 inches. So, 12 inches, if you let your yard go up to 12 inches, that looks bad to me.
Yeah, I mean, I think when the court is looking at that, You know, I mean, there's no exact definition, but it's clear that that's, you know,
Okay, a reasonable person would say,
yeah, that's not something that would be in somebody's yard in town. But, I mean, I don't know that there's any written standard that you can measure it against, like 12 inches of grass. I mean, you know, one man's junk is another man's treasure. Well, that's fine, but you need to store it accordingly.
If you stand on Fourth Street, look at that, and you turn around 180 degrees, look, you're gonna see another place just about like it.
Yeah, I mean, so the way the system works is our enforcement officer, whoever that may be, sends them a notice. And then if they don't clean it up, that enforcement officer sends it to me. I send them a letter asking them to clean it up. If they still don't clean it up, then we file an ordinance violation.
and that's where we're at.
I have filed ordinance violations on the ones that I have received. You know, obviously our enforcement officer tries to work with the individuals to get them to clean it up. So,
And at this time, we don't have an official
That's right.
enforcement officer because
If
that's
that
our
guy
planning
owns that
administrator.
place, he owns-
But
he
we
owns
could
the
still
place.
have someone do it, right? I mean, I can go
Yes.
take pictures and come to court. and say,
yeah, I mean, as long as the council designates you as the enforcement officer.
I don't know that I want to be that, but I'm just saying I could.
Yeah.
So, but we need to do that if we go back to court.
Well, I mean, at some point, I need somebody to present evidence of, here's what it currently looks like, here's pictures I took yesterday, here's what we want done. We would like for them to clean the material off the porch, we would like for this pile of material to be moved. You know,
Yeah.
you can't just say we want them to clean it up.
Now, are you talking with the people who live in there or is that the?
Well, in that situation, Amy is buying that on contract from somebody else.
Gotcha.
And I have given notice to both the owner and the contract purchaser.
What's them tent, is the tent in the, you got a tent sitting in your yard with a bunch of junk in it? Is that legal or illegal, or is it part of what the guy's opinion is of looking at?
If you have a tent, how long is it sitting there?
Well, that's been there a long time, there's two of them up yonder on the corner of Roosevelt, two tents with junk in it.
Yeah.
I think he's referring to the makeshift tent garage things over there, is what he's
Yeah,
referring to.
I don't know. I mean, you know, are you asking me in my opinion, or are you asking what I think the judge would decide?
Well,
If it's a temporary structure, it can't sit there forever.
That needs to be addressed at some point.
Yeah, you need to designate an enforcement officer.
His leadership abilities, I
You
say
can't
that.
make motions, you be quiet.
make a motion for the treasurer be the enforcement. Oh, I withdraw that.
Well, that's why we need to get a plan administrator.
Yes, we do.
We need to get this done. So hopefully we'll get that done and then by the end of this year is my hope. So if you look at that, I don't know this gentleman, so John, if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I wouldn't wait either,
Yeah. So
but I would like that.
I would,
Ask around
I
about
would ask that we continue the search. Okay. Scott,
Good evening, everyone. Sorry I didn't get a chance to do a written report.
that's okay.
The plant's in good shape, no violations in October. Just out there checking on things, everything looks good. Have a little bit of an issue with the east digester at the moment, but we'll figure that out. I did get a call from the local inspector for IDEM yesterday, asking about the egg washing operations. Apparently someone went to them and complained,
Yeah,
and she's just like, what's going on? Just kind of give me a quick rundown. I let her know that, we looked at it. They're not a significant user, they're not a categorical user. but we're working with them to evaluate their ways to make sure it's not gonna negatively impact your system. Good, that's all I need to know. You're doing what you're supposed to. So she's happy, and that we're making the right decisions on what to do with that. So,
But we had a meeting with Commonwealth tonight and
oh, okay.
they're kind of guiding us with that and they said that IDM might be coming.
Yeah. So,
So they're gonna meet with them to let them know that we're
oh, yeah.
moving forward with what we have to do.
Yeah, I let her know that between me and Commonwealth, we pretty much should review it.
Okay. You got any questions?
Very good.
Old business. The only old business how about, if you get some time to have the planning commission meet, and I would be more than happy to go to it and kind of explain to them what we're thinking and what we would like to see done and our reasoning behind it.
Sure.
You think that'd be okay?
I'm more than welcome.
Okay. And,
I'll call a meeting and
yeah, I'm gonna be gone until the 2nd of December. We're leaving in the morning. And I'll be back for that Wednesday meeting. So,
okay. We usually have it on a Monday night.
okay. I probably won't be back the 1st of December.
That's
So,
okay, I understand.
and,
I'll try not to have it on the second Monday or the last Monday.
and so anyway, okay, let's do that. Let's move forward with this.
I got something else.
Yeah.
While in the interim period here, Roberts and Daniel's been asking me to kind of check setbacks and so forth. Down there on Monroe Street, I assume you know there's a new house started there.
Yeah, look right down here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, Robert called me, wanted me to go down and check their setbacks, and went down there and everything was okay there. And I asked him, I said, you gonna raise this up? And he said, well, no, he said, water will get up here. And I said, well, I've lived here my whole life and I've seen water 3 or 4 feet deep right here.
Yeah.
And he didn't hardly believe me to start with. And so I got to worrying about it after I called John Paul and asked him. He said, well, you've done about all you can do, you told him. And so I got to worrying about it. I went back to the office and searched up some 2008 flood pictures that I took. And shows the water about 5 feet deep right there where. So he's a good friend with Mark Wheat. I took him to him and told him, I said, you need to talk to that guy and let him know about his water. And so he said he would. And I marked on there. I was standing in Monroe Street looking up right at this street. You can plainly see that lot. And I marked it on there and gave it to Mark. And next day, the owner of the property from Salem sent a message to have me to call her. And I did, and she said, based on your pictures, we're gonna raise that, we're gonna raise the grade up.
Yeah, well, good, I'm glad.
And so if you'll notice, they really raised it up, that top of that basement is above that trailer sitting on the other side of the road that they're seeing. I couldn't convince him, but the pictures did.
Yeah, well, good. Any new business? Anything else? We got some appropriations, any more transfers?
We just got claims and to approve.
Okay,
I'll make the motion that claim be approved.
all right.
Second,
All in favor of paying the claims? Say aye.
Aye.
Claims. We'll have any resolutions tonight? No. Got any sewer adjustments? No. All right. Nothing else?
I don't have anything.
Anybody else have anything? All right. I'll hear a motion to adjourn.
I'd make that motion.
All right, motion to adjourn, seconded. All in favor of adjournment, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting's over.
I thought that.
And I think you're saying.
Well, you know, I said if you do a $3 or $4 million project, velvet colored covered tin. Those are nice if you have like your screens, you know, that you got the contact on the top.
yeah.
Yeah, but I knew you could do that much more than I could.
Disposition.
More than.
No, but just, you know, you appreciate a good pen. Right, exactly. Exactly, make sure it's budgeted.
Well, I'm glad to see we're